Bladder 27 is level with the first sacral foramen, 1.5 cm lateral to the posterior midline. Do3 is on the posterior midline, below the spinous process of L4. Ren8 is in the centre of the umbilicus. Kidney 16 is half a cm lateral to the centre of the umbilicus. Stomach 16 is in the third intercostal space, 4 cm lateral from the midline. Stomach 20 is 2 cm lateral to the midline, 5 cm superior to the centre of the umbilicus at the level of Ren 13. Stomach 25 is 2 cm lateral to the midline at the centre of the umbilicus. Ren 12 is 4 cm superior to the centre of the umbilicus on the midline. Ren 14 is 6 cm superior to the centre of the umbilicus on the midline. Liver 14 is 4 cm lateral to the midline in the 6th intercostal space. When you locate this point, make sure you are in the intercostal space, not on the rib. So moving from large intestine 2 to large intestine 3, over the head of the second metacarpal joint into a significant depression. Again, the hand should be loosely flexed, so in a loose fist, and you should fall into that point.
Bladder 38 is located 1 cm superior to bladder 39. It's on the medial border of biceps femoris, so it's not directly superior to bladder 39, but ever so slightly medial. Bladder 40 is located at the midpoint of the popliteal crease, in between the tendons biceps femoris and semitendinosus. To bring these tendons into relief, get the person to take the weight of their own leg. It then becomes quite easy to feel these two tendons. It's also easier to see where the popliteal crease lies. When they lower the leg, make sure you mark this point directly in the centre of the popliteal crease. Bladder 56 is located on the posterior midline of the lower leg, 5 cm inferior to bladder 40 in the palpable cleft between the two heads of the gastrocnemius muscle. Bladder 57 is located on the posterior midline of the lower leg in a depression inferior to the two bellies of the gastrocnemius muscle. To find this depression, have the person point their foot. If you can't see the depression, palpate round, feel the bellies of the gastrocnemius and the Achilles tendon and spiral round until you can find a nice dip. This point is often described as being 8 cm superior to the lateral malleolus, that is halfway up the length of the lower leg. It's not always there. Please go with a local anatomy to make sure you find this point correctly. Spleen 8 is located 10 cm superior to the prominence of the medial malleolus, half a finger breadth posterior to the medial crest of the tibia. If you're having problems locating the medial crest of the tibia, just raise the foot slightly and this should enable you to palpate it. Don't press too hard. This point can be quite tender on women.